what if we made friends with them instead of thinking of them as the troops? They're the guys. They're not the troops. They are the troops. They're the militia. They are the people who live here, who are farmers and sewers and cookers and washers and cogs. Now the cognitive thinking, huh? That for some reason have gotten a bad name. Let's make a movie that glorifies schizophrenia. You wanted a horror film, didn't you? Well, here's the horror. We call schizophrenics crazy. And we try to help shut them down. In some ways, what the Man of La Mancha about, what Fisher King is about, what Sybil is about, with Sally Fields. Harvey glorifies insanity. It's not insanity. They're just a little off. I'm saying they're tuned in. They're tuned in. They're tuned on. And drop out is not necessarily part of the scenario for me. This is a tune in, drop on deal. Dead Ringers shows the destructive tendencies. Yet it also shows the success that came early. I want to talk about it strictly from the point of the success. The second movie deals with a small voice from within that says, "You're hurting me." And it's describing and dealing with workaholism. That creation is not necessarily got to be at fast speed. It can be done slowly. Deadlines are called deadlines for a reason. The brownouts dealing with the brain connectors to the thrum, the electricity. If you've ever gotten to play any video games or computer games, there's a game called Sim City where you are building a city. You start with a village and then you slowly build out from there. If you make this place large enough without making a second heart, not a heart, second power plant, then brownouts start to occur, where there's just so many people on the electrical network that the energy is drained. I think if you talk to people working in technical field of electrical maintenance, you'll find that that's what it's called. Brownout. Sure. People are using too much energy right now. Thrum and bin have entered into the picture. They are the thing that stops the voices in their tracks when the voices try to exercise a bit too much control. It's like trying to force the door, and while you're sitting there trying to open the door, joist cracks and crumbles and threatens for the whole wall to fall in. This is what you're trying to do. You're trying to open the door. You're not trying to destroy the house. Find a key. Quit using that battering ram. Got it. The fourth movie of icons is not only about old icons being broken down. I can show you this by, the glass. I was talking about glass breaking and then taking 3 or 4 different glass windows, breaking them all, and then trying to put them all together into one window. The Grandfather Icon movie would be not about a young man burning out who needs to get his ideas out, but of an old man who's about to die from old age. And all of his ideas. They don't even have to, they could be in a completely different field, like solar-powered energy. That he's old enough, he remembers when they would cook outside, just by putting a, on one of those hot days. And he has the idea on how to make solar-powered energy work. But he hasn't shared about it for so long because during periods, the powers that be made him into a kook. He was a kook. He was talking about stuff that wasn't supposed to be talked about. He's burned out. He's a has-been. And the last gleaming bastion of his inner voices saying, this is crucial enough that we're going to have to sacrifice ourselves for, and then they can point at the one idea, the sun lamp in the corner. The man is fine. He's just dying of old age. He's not stressed in any form or fashion. It doesn't matter that much that the outside world is going to hell in a handbasket. He's not going to be there to see it. And they've decided that now, because we've gone through some of the other movies, and some of the other movies bring out the fact that, well, if you die, Mr. Him, it's not our last chance. There is a heaven. It is called the dream net. And we can go separate and become unemployed and move in different directions and go out looking for somebody else's head to connect into. Welcome to Pr0sser.